Hi guys, and today with January just around the corner, I'm going to be giving you my verdict on what I think Sunderland need to do in this transfer window to up to pretty much maintain like maybe a playoff push. So I'm going to go through position by position, and I'll tell you if I think we're fine in that position or if I think we need to add. Goalkeepers we've got Anthony Patterson and Alex Bass. I think I will keep both of them, and I will keep Patterson as number one. But I would like a more experienced goalkeeper who can help them along the way, as I think that's what both of them need even as Bass needs. The goalkeeper can even be third choice if you wanted to. Someone who will help them, give them tips like where they went wrong, stuff like that, even if it's just on a contract at the end of the season, if you get what I mean. But I simply need an experienced goalkeeper. And I know I haven't included him on the list, but it could allow young goalkeeper Jacob Kearney to go out on loan in the second half of the season. Right backs Lyndon Goots, Niall Hugginson, Trigium, and Local 9 can also play there. In my opinion, there's no point. I don't see much point of bringing another right back in, as that's who the club view as right backs. I personally would like to see Goots playing on the wing, but it's not going to happen. Let's be honest. To be fair, I probably would loan try him out, as he struggles to make the squad, and I think it's hampering his development, and I think 6 months of football in League One could do him the world of good. And let's be honest, he's not really going to play much here unless an injury crisis, because he'll be behind Goots, Huggins and 09. So yeah, I would let try him go out on loan to a League One club and see how he does, like with more consistent minutes, because I've saw him play, and I think on the whole he's done okay, but we haven't really saw him play a consistent run of games, and hopefully next season he can come back and be competing for that right back position. Centre backs, you've got Bath, Ballard, Alicia Wright, and obviously 09 can play there as well. I think we are fine now when everybody's fully fit and all fully fit and competing for players. Obviously Danny Bath came off injured, touched wood, and everything's okay in that at the end of the injury. Obviously we've got Dan Ballard back on the weekend, what is a good for us, and I think Alicia Wright and 09, even though my people speculating Wright could leave, are all good options between now and the end of the season. Wright is someone who there's been rumours that perhaps he could leave. I mean, if Danny Bath's injury is serious, I think that he's the only one out the centre backs who can do what Bath can do. Not as good, and I think Wright's time as regular starters up, and I won't be surprised if he left in the summer. But Wright could be important if Bath's out injured for quite a while. With he's the leadership, the experience, everything that Bath has, Wright kind of has as well, but just not as good. So yeah, I would like to keep R5, and I think R5 will stay. So yeah, left back. Dennis Serkin, I mean, we've only got one left back, but we've got players who can play there, like Alicia Huggins can also play left back. You could probably play 09 Goots there as well. So, I mean, as much as we've only got one natural left back, I think we've got far more important areas in the squad to be prioritising rather than bringing in another left back. So I wouldn't bring in another left back. So yeah. Central midfield, we've got Corey Evans, Dan Neil, Abdullah Bar, Jim Mattea, and everyone makes it. I think we are crying out for a central midfielder in total honesty. And that has always been, I don't know if I said it in the summer, but that has always been the one area of the pitch where, yes, we've got options if you get what I mean. You could move on and play there as well if you get what I mean. So we've got pretty much 6 options. But I've always questioned the quality. Do we have the quality in midfield? And I've never thought not. I think Corey Evans is our best midfielder and is our best option if you get what I mean. But if you look at the rest of them, Dan Neil, I think Abdullah Bar and Dan Neil are similar, where both of them's got huge amount of talent and potential, but both of them are inconsistent, and I don't think Dan Neil should be a regular starter. Of course he can come in and play, and if he's having runs where he's doing well, he can keep his place, but it almost feels like he's guaranteed a place, if you get me. Then if you look at Jim Mattea, it doesn't, I'll get on to him in a minute, but it doesn't seem like he's really favoured, if you get what I mean. And with Edward Mason, he's pretty much being injured all all of it, and it's kind of being a pointless loan. Hopefully, he could be a big player for us in the second half. So, but if we bring a centre midfielder, I would allow Jim Matete to go out on loan. As let's be honest, he's struggling to even meet the bench as it is. And to be fair, I do think he's probably even sixth choice, because I think they would prefer to play Luke. Well, I know he said, but I think he preferred to play Luke 09 there. If you get Romega and Matete, I think like Traherne, a League One loan could really do him like the world good in the second half of the season if you get him into the point where he can play consistent games. I know I've got on his back quite a lot since he's been here in the past year, but I think that he's a player in there. He's done, to be fair, he's done well when he came off the bench, but now I think he needs a consistent run at it. And I think going out on loan is the only hope. I do think at times he's perhaps being unfairly not picked, but yeah, he just doesn't seem in the favour. So I would add a midfielder with quality at this level if you get Romain, and if we do, I would allow Jim Matete to go out on loan. If we don't bring a midfielder in, I would just keep Jim Matete but I think it will hamper his development. So yeah. Right when we got Ahmad, we got Pat Robertson, Leon Diaku. Obviously, Gooch can play there as well. Well, in my opinion, we don't need to add at least Ahmad Diallo doesn't get called back to Manchester United. Touch wood, fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Pat Roberts is a good option as well. I mean, he's probably being a bit unlucky that with the talent he's got, I think for most newly promoted teams, Pat Roberts would start for them. But he's being unlucky that Ahmad's here. I think he's been getting more game time than what he does, and maybe with the likes of Pritchard and Embleton being out, he probably might get more, but we'll see. With Leon Diaku, I would let him go, and I would let him go permanently, as I just do not see the hype around him. Like I said, if them two got in there, I'd rather move Gooch forward and play him on the wing rather than playing Leon Diaku. If you get Romain, and I just don't really see the potential in it, and I think that even when we had no strike, for example, he still couldn't really red chest there like a regular starting player. So, and I would even I on Jack Diamond a bit. I think I would even rather bring Jack Diamond back than play Leon Diaku. So I would sell him in January. Hopefully that a German team, because I know he's got a decent reputation in Germany, will come and pay a cheap fee for him, maybe get the money back that were paid for him, and I would just let him go and let him move on and get him the best of his career. So yeah. Number 10, we've got Alex Pritchard and Elliot Embleton, and I think makes a good player there. Obviously, we got the news that Embleton's fractured his ankle, and it's also got significant ligament damage as well. To be fair, I don't think Embleton will play again this season. If you get Romain, bless the lad, I'm not his biggest fan, but he didn't deserve that. And to be fair, I'm not someone who thought Embleton was absolutely useless. He was just inconsistent. If you get Romain, and what to be fair is unsurprising a player he did. And obviously as well being his first season in the Championship, so hopefully he can come back, and when he does come back out on that'll be because he didn't give a time scale, probably sometime next season, and he can fix that. Pritchard, he's when he hasn't played, he's been a big miss, and I think the last few games that he has played, he got his form together, and with the likes of Ahmad can play there, and Roberts can play there, Maitsu can play there. If you really wanted to, you could probably play a midfield three. You could go two up front, if you need to, 4-4-2, and not play number 10. I would just leave it, just Pritchard if you get Romain. We've got players who can play there, and the only one I can say maybe that will sign Bradley Dapp, but he's now starting for Blackburn, so I don't see Blackburn letting him go. So yeah. On left wing, Clark and Bennett. Obviously, Clark has dipped a little bit, but he's been good this season. And Bennett's a young kid coming through. I don't think we need to add a left winger. If you get Romain, we should just leave the options there, and that's what I think the club will do in that position. So yeah, quickly. Then the striker debate, Ross Stewart and Ellis Sims. I'll start with Ross Stewart. I think that obviously Sims will be I'll start with Sims. We know Sims will be here to the end of the season, as it came out, I think last week, that it's unlikely that Everton will trigger their recall up and what I think. The lad gets slated a bit, but I think it's good news that Sims won't be going back. With Ross Stewart, of course, the rumour, will he sign a new contract? Will he not sign a new contract? Obviously, it's great he's back now, and it was a good goal on the weekend. And it's been rumours reflect the 10 million price tag. What I think the 10 million price tag is to outprice championship clubs out of it, if you get what I mean, as I don't think that any championship club would pay 10 million for a player. And thinking of it, I don't think that Premier League club would pay 10 million for Stewart. I think if they are going to bring a striker in from the Premier League, from the Championship, they'll go for Browden Diaz from Blackburn, and that Gongorest, however you pronounce his name, from Coventry, before they would even look at Stewart and True. And I think if we are going to lose him, I think it's got to be the summer to give us more time to replace him. And this is what we should be doing from now till January, to make sure that we can look and try and find a replacement if the worst case scenario does happen with Stewart and he decides to move on. So yeah, I will keep Stewart in January. I'll do all we can, and hopefully we can. I think the biggest threat is Rangers, if I'm in total, and Celtic in truth. I think if he's going to leave, that's where he'll go, Rangers to Celtic, especially when being Scottish, if you get what I mean. So yeah, and I would add another striker, as I just don't want to be caught out like we were early in the season where I went 8 or 9 games without a single striker, if you get what I mean. Someone who probably will be behind Stewart and Simpson in the pecking order, but someone who's still good enough to compete with championship level, where, for an example, it also gives you the option if you wanted to play 2 up front again, if you get me, you've got then got the option off the bench. But we'll see. I would do everything we can to keep Ross Stewart and Jan to the end of the season. Then if we've got to losing him in the summer. So now I'm quickly going to touch on the players who are on loan and what I would do with them. So Carl Winchester, Shrewsbury, I've got to know that his contract expires at the end of the season. No, I don't think I would recall him as. If you look at the 3 positions he will play on the pitch, right back we've got plenty of options there. Midfield, like I've said, I would look to add one, and Jim Matete is struggling to get a game, so I would loan him out, and I don't think Winchester's any better than Jim Matete, if you get what I mean. And at centre back, I think if there's a player you're going to play out of position, it's going to be local to play there. It will be local 9. So I say no point in recalling him. I think that he was a good servant, and he played a part getting us promoted last season. But yeah, I think it was the right decision to let him go, and hopefully, and then obviously you let him go on a free at the end of the season. Well, I don't think we'll get much anyway from him in January, so just let him continue his loan at Shrewsbury, and he runs time for Shrewsbury at the end of the season, no standing his way. Ellis Taylor's obviously, struggled for game time at Hartlepool. What I would be doing is bringing him back in January, I think we will trigger our radar, opening him and send him out on loan somewhere else for the second half of the season where he will be playing games. It is a bit worrying that perhaps he hasn't been playing for someone near the bottom of the league too, but hopefully someone will take a gamble on him and see what he's about. So yeah, and with Jack Diamond, I believe he's doing well at Lincoln. If you look, his position on the left wing is probably where he want to play. You've got Clark and Bennett, who I don't think you'll get ahead, and even on the right wing, I don't think we'll get ahead of Adman and Roberts. So for me, especially with Diamond doing well where he is, he's a regular starter. Let him stay where he is. Let him continue doing well to the end of the season. Then we've got a decision to make on him in the summer. So yeah. So just a quick brief, I'll bring in that experienced goalkeeper, centre midfielder, and I would bring in a third striker, and I would let Trihume and Jim Matete go out on loan, as well as letting Leon Diaku go permanently, if you get what I mean. So that's the end of the video. Leave your opinions on what we should do in January, what position we should strengthen. So yes, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and see ya.